Introduced as a means to help us defend our territory, the Ship of the Dead, or the Sarcophagus, was supposed to be the crowning jewel of Origin space. But was it? Let's have a look. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and this is Star Trek Fleet Command. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, as you can see, we're going to be talking about this lovely lady. Yes, it is the Sarcophagus. Well, I won't say a lovely lady, she's definitely she's a heifer, isn't she? She's a big bulky ship that's very slow moving, and when introduced to the game, she was as slow as a snail. But luckily, they took care of that. But anyway, we're going to be looking at her ship abilities, what it's going to take to build her, total upgrade costs, and also her firing pattern as well. Now, we're going to start off with ship abilities. Yes, close quarters combat. When attacking or defending a capture node or a mining node during an active takeover, yes, active takeover, the Sarcophagus's weapons will increase damage by 86,000%. Yes, she is a whopper, alright. And she also has a secondary ability. The ship's shields receive only 10% of the total damage instead of the usual 80. Yes, I think the rest of it basically goes onto the hull. But this thing has got an incredible hull as well. So if we get rid of that, and then if you'll have a look at the attack stats on the far side there, 81,000 attack. That is it. This is not an attack vessel. I will tell you that straight out. Using this in PvP, for normal PvP, you're guaranteed you're going to lose every time. Even to a ship, half its strength. Yeah. So you could load this thing out properly, and 3.6 million I've got there, and this thing is still going to lose to something half its strength. I went after a Sarcophagus during an active takeover, but it wasn't doing what it's supposed to, which we will mention in just a minute. I went after a 5 million Sarcophagus with a 2 million warship. I don't even think it was a G3 Epic at the time. I think it was the most powerful ship I had, and I beat it. I beat a 5 million. That is how incredibly weak this is, and there is also a reason why, and we will cover that as well. But anyway, its defense is 919,000. Now, bearing in mind that this is, as you can see up above, is a tier 5. I'm not starting it off in the construction yard, so this is a tier 5 ship, and it is based on research and everything, so just please bear all that in mind as we're going on. And it's got a 2 million health. Now, is this tier 5 actually relatively good? Well, to be perfectly honest, I've not really used it in a fight. Last time I used it in combat, it got blown up every damn time, doing what it was supposed to do: defend. So yes, brought in to help us with defend, and these things can still get blown up easily with a ship, especially a ship crewed out correctly. But anyway, like I said, it's got a massive hull health, and let's have a quick look at its details. So, mine's kicking out a damage per round of 13,000. That's not a lot, is it? Not a lot whatsoever. And its shield piercing is only 45,000, which is obviously, because it's a battleship, it goes after explorers. So the triangle would say it's ideal. Its shield piercing is better than its armor piercing and its accuracy. And its critical chance is at 12%, and damage is only at 210. So, taking that 13,000 at 210%, 27,000 at the most. I think my Intrepid, tier 6 Intrepid, could do better than that. Yeah, but that's a standard fight. Now, what we're supposed to be doing this? Well, of course, we all, for those of us who are well versed in the game and have been in it since the Lumbering Jack's inception, you're supposed to use it here in Origin space to help you defend. And where do you put it? Well, it's simple. You can either stick it on one of these things, or you can stick it on a node. Yeah, you can stick it on one of them, but it only works properly when you are currently in an active takeover. Now, let's get rid of me little sidebars as usual. So, capture node. This is what you're going to put your sarcophagus on. This is where it's going to deal with the most damage. Now, as you can see, it's going to be 3 days before my next takeover here. So, that's fine. That's not a problem. But you put the sarcophagus on there. One, obviously, it's going to earn your... Why doesn't that say 3 points? Plus 3 points. Because sitting on a capture node usually earns you plus 3. But now that's been taken off. I wonder if... Okay, something doesn't seem right here. I think I'll have to message CC, see if there's been a change. But anyway, yeah, so you put her on the capture node, and when she's attacked, her attack is increased by 86,000 times. So that is actually an awful lot. So if we take that 13,000, 13 times 86, it's going to actually increase it to over 1 million per shot. So that's not too bad, but yeah, my enterprise can do that on a critical. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. I don't think it is. But anyway, so that aside, what's it going to cost you to build it? Well, so 80 blueprints, and it's going to take you 19 days to build it. Obviously, it is based on your research as well, and you can use speed ups to also make it a bit faster. It is only going to cost you 1.4 million titanium to build, and 82,500 dilithium, and a few common G3 materials. Now, this is a G3 ship, but it has an added twist to it. It can go up to tier 12, not the usual tier 9, and that is not... I think, well, to be honest, I don't even know what Scopely were thinking when they did that. But they did it. So what is the actual total upgrade? Now, this is the full tier 1 to tier 12 parts. As you can see, it's going to cost you 3.5 billion titanium to upgrade. And most of that does actually come from tier 9 to tier 12 when it comes to the G4 parts. Now, as you'll see in the list, it's all G3 materials, with the exception of the uncommon battleship parts, which are G4. They don't kick in till tier 9. So, but what does happen is the ones at the bottom is the uncommon, the rare, and the epic Black Fleet memorials. Yes, this means that this ship is level locked. Yes, now where are you going to get them? You're going to get them from your territory store. So if we go into gifts, there's multiple ways around getting to places in this game. Territory. Boom. This is where you're going to get it. And it's that third box across the side there you're going to look at. Black Fleet Memorial Forge. And also you're going to click on that. And that's what you're going to get. Now, depending on the level of your sarcophagus, will depend on which of these you see. I think this is the first time I've actually seen all three. I can't even remember if I've got the epic. If I have, then I don't need to get it. If I haven't, yeah. But obviously be careful, because as you get these, you can end up spending your ISO emulsion on it, and they just build up and up and up and up. As you can see, I've got all three here. Woohoo! But I tell you what, I've got a few uncommons, I know that much. But I'm not planning on building more of these things. No. This was the biggest lemon launched. But yeah. So, now, let's have a quick look at its weapons. So we'll go back into the ship info screen and upgrade. So as you can see, I've got one weapon upgrade. It's got 4 weapons in total. Those other 3 pluses are weapons. So this is its phaser. It's an isogenic cannon. Yes, and it's obviously minimum damage is 710, maximum 866. That's a Mark 6 phaser cannon. Not very powerful, is it? And the one thing is as well, there we go. Look at that. That is ridiculous. But I'll show you the firing pattern soon. Yeah. So what other weapons have we got? We've got a Black Fleet torpedo, kinetic. Obviously mine stands at Mark 5 in a minute. As you can see, it does require the materials. And it also requires the duranium alloy as well, which you saw back in the Alliance Territory store, which was above my head. No, it wasn't, so it's the next one over. And you need to obviously do that as well. Used by the sarcophagus acquired through territory capture while having the sarcophagus material forge active at player level 30 and above. That's because you can't launch it until shipyard 30. Yeah, I forgot to mention that little bit. So once you get to 30, obviously you can start getting, once you get the sarcophagus, you need the sarcophagus first, you can start getting those Blackfeet memorials, and you can start getting this duranium as well. So, Blackfeet torpedo, then what we got next? Another torpedo. Yes, another torpedo. I forgot to show you its firing pattern. Okay, now, 4 shots. That's pretty good. Recharge time, 3 rounds. What? Charge once. So you got a good amount of shots, but it takes too bloody long. And trust me, you'll see that from the firing pattern. Now, its total minimum damage is 238, maximum damage 288. Again, pathetically weak. Pathetically weak. Now, my surmise on this one, this was done because obviously when it sits on those nodes, it can be very incredibly powerful. But one, you need a decent tier sarcophagus. I might send mine to T6 on the video. Don't know. Still thinking about it. But it was also designed to not be used in standard PvP out and about in space. It was designed to be easily destroyed if it's not on a capture node or on a mining node. During active takeovers, you could be free floating in normal space, join an active takeover, and you can still pop it. Like I said earlier, I popped a 5 million with a 2 million ship. So that kind of tells you this is grossly underpowered. The mismatch is not even the word to use. I don't even think we have a word on Earth to describe this ship. But anyway, let's take a look at its firing pattern, shall we? Look at that. What a ridiculous. Kicks off with 10 shots. 4 from both its torpedoes, because yes, it has 2 torpedo launchers. And then it's 2 energy weapons. So the other weapon I didn't show you was another isokinetic energy. And it's only 1. But look at this. And then there's absolutely nothing for the second round. Round 3, oh, it's just the energy weapons that fire. Round 4, just the torpedo launchers. Round 5, just the phasers. Round 6, nothing. Stay still. Lost me weapons, sir. So, and then round 7 again is when it's going to go on full blast, and we start the cycle all over again. So it's 6 rounds to do a complete cycle. 4 shots, nothing. Phasers, torpedoes, phasers, nothing. I don't know how many people like this thing. I don't. But I will put it out there for territory. That's pretty much the only time it comes out. Now, crewing it. How are we going to crew this ship? Well, you can see. That's my loadout. Now, let's go in. Now, ignore the lower deck because I just put them on there for the sheer devil of it. Okay? But we have, in command, Ash Tyler. Reason being, his captain's ability. When on a capture node, Ash Tyler gives all officers on the ship a bonus of 90% of their attack. Now, my Ash is a tier 4, if I remember correctly. So he will give that. Let's have a quick gander. Yeah, yes, he's a tier 4, but I've not actually leveled him up to level 20 yet. So his stats could be a lot better. And then obviously his officer ability. At the start of each round, if the opponent is burning, Ash Tyler increases damage of the ship by 80%, the total attack of all officers on the ship. Stacking. Yeah, I'll change that word to stacking. So which means it's 80% one round, 80% the next round, 80%, 80%, 80%, and it just builds up. So you got 80, 160, 240, 320, 400. You get the gist. But so that's Ash Tyler. But notice the key word in it. You need burning. So, hence the reason. Next officer, Giorgio. Or you can put Nero on there. Because Nero's obviously a burning officer as well. At the beginning of each round, Giorgio has a 75% chance of burning the opponent's ship for 2 rounds. So, she's going to flick on the burning when she does proc. I mean, you've got a... let's take a look at 3 in 4 chance. 3 in 4 chance of actually happening, and it lasts for 2 rounds. So you've got that 3 in 4 chance of it actually just being continuous. Obviously, when she does, she is a tier 4. Tier 5 will be an 80% chance, and she's going to just basically keep rolling. But she activates Tyler's ability. Where are you going to find Tyler's abilities? Here on... oh, not that one. I didn't click on defense. There we go. That one. Yes. The attack. So, as you can see, shaded out a little bit, is 7,085. Ash Tyler will take 80% of that, which is, we'll just say for argument's sake, 6,000. So he's going to take 6,000 of that and add it on top. And then he's going to add it on top again. And then again. And again, providing Giorgio keeps burning. Burn, baby, burn. Giorgio Inferno. Yes, it's a Giorgio Inferno just to keep Ash going. So, I know, crap singing. But hey-ho. So, now, it's officer, obviously, I didn't get a screenshot of that, is to max it out at 300%. So, but you're going to need 12,000 stats on each to do 300%. And then, obviously, anything above that is going to be a bonus for Ash Tyler. Yes. But if you get to that 300%, which I guarantee if I went tier 6 now and then level 30, I'm not going to hit that unless I can pull these officers here. But they are needed on my PvP ship and Armada ship. So, which also reminds me, I'm going to be comparing the Cardassian Armadas against the normal faction Armadas. Which one's best? So, keep an eye out for that video coming up soon. Now, finally, Monsieur Chekhov. Okay, he's not French. He's Russian. Yes, he's Russian. And his ability, his officer's ability, security plans. When attacked, while on a capture node or a mining node by another player, Chekhov decreases opponent's damage by 50%. So that is a bonus, and that's another thing that's going to help keep the sarcophagus alive. So, yeah, there's not much else you can say about that one. Now, there are other variations of crew formations as well. Don't think that this is the end and all be it. As far as I'm aware, this is your bog standard. This is basic. That is it. There are other variations. You could probably do hull breach as well. So you could get like Lorca, Killy and Chekhov. I would highly recommend, though, you do have Chekhov on the bridge. Because that 50% reduction is a godsend. I mean, let's have a look at Chekhov. What is he? He's a tier 2. He's a tier 2. So imagine getting him higher, which you can do with the new faction store. Oh, so not the new faction store, the new faction recruit chests, which if you check out the last video I did on them, you got a chance of actually getting him up. As you can see, I'm only 2 shouts from sending him tier 3. As soon as I've got the opportunity, he is going tier 3. So let's have a look what he's going to increase that to. So it's going to go up by 25% when I finally get those 2 shouts. So that's going to be 75% reduction. Imagine what that can do. Imagine what that could do. So, now, there's not much else you can say about this ship, really. It's a lumbering behemoth. It's an effer. It's massive. It's... I'm guessing when it gets higher, it will actually be a decent ship. But I do think you're going to need at least tier 6 properly stacked up below deck to get that 300% for it to be effective in most circumstances. I mean, the last time we had... I used it in a proper fight was when 134 and 154 merged. Was it 154? Were they 154? I think they were 154. But when we merged and we was reclaiming territories, that was the last time my sarcophagus saw a fight. Yeah. That was like a long time ago now. I think that was back in January. Was it January or was it beforehand? I can't remember which, but it was a long time. And it was the last time it saw combat. It did not fare very well whatsoever. Put it on a node, it got splattered like that by something just a little bit weaker than it in some cases. But my officers were as good. They're a little bit better now. George Jones is nearly tier 5. She's nearly tier 3. Ash Tyler's nearly tier 5. So maybe it'll be pretty good when I actually level them up and actually get it to tier 6. Who knows? But again, I'd have to have a look at it in the territory fight, which I'm not going to see anytime soon unless somebody tries to come and take our territory off us. But that's the ship. Now, is there anything else that goes with this ship? No, there isn't. Nothing. That's it. That's all you can say about the Sarcophagus. It's an alright ship. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I can say. So anyway, let me know if there's anything that you think I have missed besides its cloaking device. Yeah, gonna throw that in just there, Anna. Its cloaking device, yes, it does have the ability to cloak when you do go buy it. It's 120 shards and it is an epic. Yay. Does it make any benefit? Well, don't know. Really don't know, because I've got no intention of going for the cloaking device. If you want an answer to that, recommend asking Ultimate DJs, because he wasn't a big fan of this shit. Got his cloak, he changed his mind apparently. I haven't spoken to him about it yet, but from what I've heard, he changed his mind when he got the cloak, and he said it actually makes it work. So, maybe there is something. Now, should we send it to tier 6? Yeah, I don't really fancy spending the materials, but let's do it. So, I'll say we've got the materials to do it, so why not? It's not using that much. There we go. Oh, use some latinum to do that. There we go. So, there you go. Oh, and I can still send it even higher. Now, what can I... Oh, I can't get hold of its warp range because I'm in the way. There we go. So, what warp range are we going to go up to now? 48. Is it 48 or is it going to be actually higher? I've always found, don't listen to this when it comes to warp range. Actually check the utility board. There you go. So it's going to go up to 52. So it's not... It does top out at tier 12 at warp range 100. So which means if you ever sit in deep space and you want to join Takeover with this thing, you can send it across the galaxy. It's going to take its time, but it will get there eventually. So, now, its armour, I'm in the way. There you go. So, what's that? 2,300. So, obviously, we're not going to be getting its armour. And it will boost it up. That's not bad, really. But, yeah. So, anyway. So, that is the Sarcophagus. We're going to leave it there. I'm not going to bother upgrading it any further. Because I can only send it up to 26. Okay, can't get it to 30 yet. But anyway, let me know what you think. Drop in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe as well. But anyway, this has been the Sarcophagus. I've been Admiral Pegasus. Stay safe, live long and prosper. Goodbye.